This is the RTA Mobility Management video series, Options for Travel Independence. In this video, you will learn about all the accessibility features found on PACE buses, CTA buses and trains, and Metra trains.
Images of Metra trains, PACE and CTA buses, and CTA L trains.
Our first chapter, Accessibility features on PACE and CTA buses.
Thanks, Beth, for meeting me and showing me how to ride the bus.
My pleasure, Renita. You're in great company. Lots of people with disabilities and older adults use transit once they learn how accessible it is.
That's great. Where do we start?
Images of LED signage on PACE and CTA buses.
PACE and CTA buses are 100% accessible to people with various disabilities, including those with visual and hearing impairments.
Image of Braille signage.
Accessible equipment, such as visual displays, Braille signage, and auditory announcements are installed on all PACE and CTA buses. Kneeling buses and ramps are also available on all PACE and CTA buses. You don't have to use a wheelchair or mobility device to request the ramp. If using the ramp would make it easier and safer for you to board and exit the bus, all you have to do is ask the driver. When entering the bus, look for the priority seating signage for customers with disabilities and older adults. If you are using a wheelchair or other mobility devices, look for the wheelchair securement area. Bus drivers are available to assist passengers with wheelchair securement upon request.
Image of bus driver securing a wheelchair.
All PACE and CTA buses have automated systems that visually display and verbally announce stops. When you want to request a stop, you may pull the stop request cord.
Image of stop request cord.
If you are using a wheelchair or other mobility device, or if you cannot reach the pull cord, you can also press the yellow button on the PACE bus or the yellow strip on the CTA bus, located under the priority seating.
Images of yellow stop request button on PACE and stop request strip on CTA.
When you press the yellow button or strip, a bell will ring 2 times instead of once, which will alert the bus driver that a ramp will be needed. Remember, you can always ask the bus driver if you need assistance. Our next chapter, Accessibility features on CTA L trains.
So Renita, have you ever taken a CTA train before?
Not by myself.
Well, let's get at it. I've got a few things to show you.
Okay, let's go.
Images of CTA website's route diagram and station info.
CTA trains offer accessibility options that make it easy to get around. Make sure you check for accessible stations before your trip. You can check for accessible stations by calling CTA customer service at 888-968-7282 or visit transitchicago.com. All accessible CTA train stations have accessible turnstiles with a swing gate entrance designed for persons with disabilities. Look for the wheelchair symbol. If you need assistance, push the customer assistant call buttons, which are installed at the entrance of each accessible train station and on train platforms.
So Renita, I don't know if you realize that the elevator is a really important part of your ride.
Before you leave for your trip, check whether your station has an elevator and make sure the elevator is in service. Visit transitchicago.com or call CTA customer service to check elevator status.
Image of CTA L train elevator status board.
Each CTA train station has an elevator status board that provides regular updates on any elevators that are out of service. On many platforms, you will find train tracker screen updates that show train arrival times and customer alert information. All platforms at CTA train stations have bright blue or yellow tactile warning strips to provide warning you are nearing the edge of the platform.
Image of woman using white cane to detect tactile warning strips.
Tactile warning strips also assist individuals who are blind or who have visual impairments detect the edge of the platform. All CTA trains have at least one accessible car. If you are using a wheelchair, scooter, or other mobility device with wheels, before boarding a train, you may need to request a gap filler. Gap fillers bridge the gap between the platform and the train car so that customers can board the train safely. The customer assistant or train conductor will provide a gap filler for customers who use mobility devices. When boarding the train, look for the priority seating signage for customers with disabilities and older adults.
Image of hand pressing round emergency call button.
In case of an emergency, look for the emergency call button located near the priority seating section. CTA trains have automated systems that visually display and verbally announce stops.
Image of woman reading Braille signage.
Braille and large print signage is available for individuals who are blind or have visual impairments.
Oh, we made it. What's next?
Well, there's one more thing you need to know in order to travel all over the RTA system, and that's Metra trains.
All right, let's go.
Our final chapter, accessibility features on Metra trains.
Image of Metra train rolling through a station.
Metra offers features that allow customers with disabilities and older adults to travel safely throughout the RTA region.
So Renita, just like with the CTA L trains, the Metra train elevators are equally as important.
Let's see first, before I leave for my trip on Metra, I should check metrorail.com. I should make sure my station has elevators.
Before leaving for your trip, call Metra customer service at 312-322-6777 or visit metrorail.com to make sure the stations you need are accessible and to make sure the elevators are in working order. On metrorail.com, click on Service Updates for elevator service alerts. Always make sure elevators are working at both the arrival and departure stations.
Image of Metra train arrival and departure board.
All Metra stations have audio announcements that announce when the next train is due to arrive. Tactile and Braille signs are also available to guide you.
Image of a man using a white cane to detect the tactile warning strips.
Train platforms are also equipped with tactile warning strips that alert customers they are near the platform edge. Additionally, accessible Metra stations that are not at street level have elevators or ramps.
Images of a passenger using a mobility device on a Metra train lift.
On every Metra train, there's at least one accessible train car that is marked with an accessibility symbol next to the train car's entrance. When the train pulls into the station, it is important to look for the train conductor who can direct you to the right train car and assist you with boarding. When boarding the train, you may need to request a lift or a bridge plate in order to board the train with your mobility device.
Image of customer using a Metra lift without a mobility device.
You may also request a lift even if you do not use a mobility device in order to safely board the train. When entering the train, look for the accessible push-button doors. Upon entering the accessible train car, look for priority seating signage for customers with disabilities and older adults. Each accessible car has accessible seating areas. Metra trains have automated systems that visually display and verbally announce stops, so that you know which stop is next.
Image of a passenger with a service animal.
Additionally, service animals that are trained to work or perform tasks for an individual with a disability are permitted on CTA, Metra, and PACE vehicles at all times.
Images of CTA bus ramp, Metra train lift, CTA L train gap filler, and PACE bus ramp.
Remember, accessibility features are offered to help you travel throughout the RTA region's transit system.
I didn't know how easy it was to use the buses and trains, so I'm so glad I decided to give it a try.
For more information on accessibility options, contact CTA at transitchicago.com or 888-968-7282. PACE at pacebus.com or 847-364-7223. Metra at metrorail.com or 312-322-6777.
Images of travel training sessions.
If you would like one-on-one travel training to learn how to ride on CTA, Metra, and PACE, visit the RTA website for more information at rtachicago.org.